Hello, planet Earth. Welcome to Circle. We are out here with the Great Mother Tree. My name is Brooke Nicole.
And I'm Amber.
Yeah. We are sitting in a sacred space right now. Beautiful spot that my sister brought me to. And we've been talking about self-worth and finding that happens in the woods, you know. We're talking about finding self-worth within, letting your inner voice, your inner truth be your reflection of worthiness, versus having things on the outside of us, like our community, our partners, our parents, our bosses, our social media presence be the reflection of worthiness. And you know, we want to give ourselves grace as we are moving along this pathway of, what did I write down in the Yeah Buddy book? Looking for worthiness within, the journey of expressing your true self. That's the little title of our little circle today. The journey of expressing your true self. So we were talking about makeup and filters and stuff like that. I have been less and less these days wearing anything on my face other than some color on my lips, because that makes me feel like some power, you know. And we were talking about filters on different social media apps that are fun, you know, light freckles versus red hair and freckles, you know, and the glam filter. These things that let us get an instant hit of what it would be like to be something else. And how we can fall into sort of a, we're not going to say the word TRAP, but we can fall into this space of needing or wanting or feeling to get a hit of that thing that is not actually true, in the space of filters or likes or projecting oneself in a certain way to receive a particular type of feedback, validation, stuff like that. And so, what serves the highest right now? Do you have anything to add to that in this moment? Yeah. So also on the other side of things, it is fun to express yourself how you feel to. If I want to pop on the redhead glam filter and talk to you guys and just feel embodied and powerful, that's fine. If I want to put makeup all over my face and do my hair in a beautiful way, that's fine. I can express in that way. But it's important, it is key in finding your way into your truest, highest alignment with yourself and feeling worthy in and of yourself, to also be in resonance with what is, in its raw, authentic, truest expression, which is just natural, which is just nature, which is just Gaia embodied here. So, following along that pathway and that space, we are also talking about the layer of relational expression, how we present ourselves in new relationships versus ones that have been long established, that kind of thing. How you feel to show up in your authenticity when you do feel safe to do so with someone else, versus when you show up in your authenticity because you feel safe within yourself to do it. And then how those type of energies collide, safe with someone else, safe in yourself. It starts to become this beautiful dance of inward validation or inward resonance with worthiness. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. Questions? Gosh. There's so many things to say. I'll say I guess it's my turn still. The microphone's still here. The microphone's still here. There's a second one. You can have this microphone. Take it out of my hand. Pretend to drop it. Drop the microphone. Cardinal energy over there. There's beautiful, beautiful cardinals flying through. A pair of them for whatever that means. Cardinal energy for the bird lovers, for the forest fae and the woodland wizards out there. What does cardinal energy mean to you? For me, there's ancestral wisdom coming in, that deep resonance of sacred divine union, as there were two of them floating through, and what it means to connect in with your we're going to say a divine union, divine partnership. That's the wisdom that's coming in. That's something that I personally have been tuning into lately. I'm calling into my own personal power as I'm finding my self-worth, and I have a big mountain of check boxes that I am waiting up here upon, or standing up upon, no longer waiting around. The divine union of the ancestral wisdom that comes through when you do come into this deeper resonance with your beingness, with your allness, with your purpose, with your soul's essence. I love it. So I'm seeing the weaving now of the dance of reflection, outward and inward, with partner or friend or community and oneself, right? What is it? They're telling us make noises with our instruments. Do you hear it? It's this beautiful dance, this beautiful, beautiful dance. So as we call in this allness with ourselves, we can call in the bigness in divine union with a partner, with our work in the world, the ikigai of our soul's activation here on this planet. Do you know that word? Can you speak to it more? Ikigai. It's the soul's pathway. It's harmony. Doing and being who you are meant to be in every here and now moment. Look it up. It's easy. Ikigai. It's a Japanese word. We love those words. We're also talking earlier about channeling Reiki energy, channeling that pure living energy into yourself as you activate your own inner healer, as you call in this resonance of your highest self. Actively doing that when you are in a space of receiving. And if you're not in a space of receiving, just sitting at your desk, sitting in your truck, and placing a hand on your heart and commanding that source frequency to amplify into you. So that's something that I've been talking about with you. We were talking about with Thor yesterday, and the unicorn, and my two beautiful creatures that live with me. We were all sitting in circles talking about channeling in this purest living energy into yourself when you are anywhere in the world. Gosh, I'm weaving in so much. I hope you're following along. I hope this helps. Don't forget your bucket. You can put anything in it if you need to. Anyway, what you got? I'm going to weave it all back together again.
I just lost it.
You just lost it. It's out there. Just grab it in. When we are finding that we're off on a rabbit hole, we forgot what we're saying. One of the things I like to do, this is a good practice, something you can bring into your practices too, it's just taking that deep breath and centering in and feeling for what serves right now. What is the next step I can take? What is the next word I can speak? What does my audience, what does my child, what does the classroom, what does the Facebook, what does the Instagram, what does the YouTube need to hear? That kind of thing. What serves the good of all and the harm of none? These are all things that we can bring into our heart space as questions to allow ourselves to tune into that highest resonance once again, to be able to speak and say the things and be in the channel of flow. See that bee? right around the third eye of the crown area. Right before we started filming this, we had some bees fly in, and we're just cleansing and clearing this energy, creating this vortex with this, praying this prayer to open this space for all of us today. Okay, so I'm going to get us back, and Amber's in the boat with me, and we're going to get ourselves back on track. Talking about this beautiful dance of calling in worthiness into yourself and being able to reflect deeper and deeper into your truth and authenticity, finding love and acceptance for the newness that is you in every single moment. The newness that is you in every single moment. What do I mean by that? I mean, in every moment we are acting, making choices, feeling from all the experiences that we just had. 10 minutes ago talking, what was I talking about? Dancing with my friends in the living room in this beautiful space of self-reflection and worthiness? Or was I talking about putting makeup on? Now all of that seems so far off in the distance down the river, and I have all of this new flow to speak into. And so in this dance of the self-reflection and the reflection outward, I think the word that we're trying to release now is validation. Letting go of the need for validation at all. Feeling into the wholeness of who you are, what your the words birthright are coming, what your birthright is, to just be here and be who you are, to breathe and to receive love and to be seen in your wholeness for who you are in any given moment. This is where we want to be versus seeking validation at all. And so that's one of the things that begins to refine, at least that has been for me, refining out is the need to be validated by anyone. And in a space of love, entering in beyond this release of validation, is a space to be cared for instead. To be cared for versus being given a band-aid of, yeah, you look pretty. Yeah, that was a good piece of artwork. Yeah, that was a good job, being cared for, being celebrated in your fullness, in your allness. That's something that I'm seeing as I'm in this dance of divine union and partnership, in divine union with my work in the world, with my offerings to the world, in relationship, and in being okay with holding the microphone for a while, versus like, am I talking too much? Do you want to talk too? And she's like, just drop it. Thank you for being such a beautiful reflection to me in these kind of ways. I love you. I love you. Wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Anything that you would like to say?
Just that the greatest gift you can give the world is yourself. Mm-hmm. And the greatest gift that you can give yourself is your fullest expression. And it's easy for me to say, but I know that like my inner critic comes in and I hold myself back, or that old program, you know, don't move your body like that, not in a church space or whatever, comes in, and then I don't do it. But I admire people that fully are expressed and fully support that, but yet that gift I struggle with giving myself. It's like, no, you have a right to be your fullest. It's necessary. That's why you're here. That's part of your mission, is to express yourself, to remember who you are. Like, seek that for yourself. Surround yourself with authentic people that you admire. And then do mirror work with yourself. Give yourself permission by name. You know, I've had friends like do full permission slips. You have like a full out. I give your name, you know, and permission. And it sounds silly, but we tend to hold ourselves back, or the ego steps in, like, you can't do that. Or we go to the other extreme. Oh yeah, I can do that. But it's that sweet balance of humble authenticity, where you're just you. And you're you to the fullest meaning of that, and only you know that for yourself. But just like somebody might inspire you to seek that for yourself, you're doing that for other people. That brave thing you did, that coming from authenticity, that teaching other people that relationships aren't used as like means to get from somebody, but to simply be and receive. And for us givers out there, those big-hearted people, there's a beauty in that surrender. There's a beauty in that exhale of allowing yourself be fully here. You don't have to do, just be. That's enough. And like some of my greatest gifts are just simply allowing people to have a conversation with themselves while I'm there. So I'll sit back, I'll hold the space. I love to listen. And they'll ask me questions, and I'll ask them a question. Well, what do you think? Well, what do you think that means? And it sounds like silly, but you know. You just don't give yourself permission to know what you know. That you know, right? We know. But yeah, we sit there and like, so what do you think about that? Or what is that? And you can learn that way, but you also know. And you have that right to know that and to share that if you feel called. And however that looks like. For me, it's holding silent space for other people. But I've also been that person that I've withheld, not said something. And that's a disservice. I kick myself every time. I should have said that. Somebody else said exactly what I was going to say. Oh, they got that reaction, but that was where I was coming from. So I didn't try. I didn't go for it. I didn't let myself. And I saw the reward given to somebody else. But the greatest gifts that I've given are those moments where actually I do have something to say. And I'm going to say it my way, which is going to be like word picture, whimsical, you know, for the most part, or brutally honest. Either one is usually where I am. But those moments where I have spoken, they've moved people. Simple things. I was in a meeting and I talked about building a blanket fort. And somebody came up to me after the meeting and said, you know, that sparked a good childhood memory for me. Thank you for sharing. And I almost didn't write it. This is foolish. This is a silly answer to this question, but it's true. I build blanket forts when I need that intimate space with myself to be. You know? You don't know. You don't know how important you are. But you are important. You are the medicine and the greatest gift to the world. Your mission is to commune with yourself and then shine that out. Give yourself permission first and then hold space and share that truth with other people. Give yourself permission. You're allowed to do that. Fully express. Experience this moment to the fullest. Why not? Isn't that the point? But we're programmed to be past, future. I've been there. I live with anxiety. Do you think I'm fully present in anxiety? No. But when I'm present here and I think, wow, I've never experienced this moment. Let me go into this moment like a child would. All the trees, all the bamboo shoots, this forest, the way nature moves, being with friends, allowing them to be silly and us to be, you know, whatever we are right here, right now. To enjoy it. The best part is we don't do this alone. We are all interconnected. I was watching a documentary and it was about how one thing affects another thing and we don't even think about it. The food chain, if one thing was missing, wow, it would affect so much more than what we think. And we're the same. You have this ring of people that you think, this is my greatest influences, these little, but those people have people and those people have people, and it's a lot bigger. And that's just people, you know. You breathe, you do this oxygen thing, exchange, nature. You know, we recycle, we try to help, we pick up trash. Why? Because we are nature. And we forget that. We are the elements. We don't just live on the planet. We are the planet.
Yes.
But we are sacred. And it is our birthright to remember our royalty, our divinity. You are magic. Really, you're whatever you think and believe you are. So don't limit yourself.
Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. That's right. Then she drops the mic.
Take it back.
I love you. You're beautiful. Thank you. My sister. I think we're at time now. Thank you all for being here. I want to talk more and more about the stuff that we have been doing as we start to create these sacred containers around us, sacred places and sacred spaces and urban places and all of that. As we start to create our sacred sanctuaries, as we find our mother trees, as we find our way on this pathway of remembering. I encourage you all, man, to bring in the big energies, to bring in the big awarenesses around you. Call in your source, your creator, your angels, the galactus. Call in the dragons. Call in the fairies. Whatever it is that strengthens your awareness of self, your purpose, your essence beyond what it is to just be a human in a body, in this third density. Connect with nature, as we are nature. Connect with Gaia, calling in the sacred directions, the wisdom of the elements, and the guardians of this planet. Our awareness of all of this extends beyond just what our brains have been programmed to believe in the past. And so as you expand and connect into this knowingness that she speaks of, that we speak of today, allow yourself that expansiveness, the expansiveness of the child whose imagination is free. Thank you to Mama Gaia, to Pachamama, for holding us today. Thank you to the communities. Thank you to our Kula. Thank you to beautiful people for calling in oneness and allness. Thank you for miracles. The original creator, I give thanks for the circle here, for these wonderful beings who are tuning in from all around the planet. Thank you for being here and witnessing. We love you, and we'll see you again soon. Peace and life to you.